So, today we're going to dive into some of the incredible ideas from my new book, Take the Reins of Self-Awareness. It's all about using a pretty unique and I think fascinating method to help us really understand ourselves on a much, much deeper level.
Have you ever found yourself asking these kinds of questions? Feeling a little stuck, maybe disconnected, or just wondering why the same old patterns keep showing up in your life? It's a super common feeling, and the path to some real clarity, well, it begins in a place you probably wouldn't expect.
That's right, horses. Now, I know it might sound surprising, but the whole idea here is that these amazing intuitive animals act like a powerful mirror. They reflect the truth of who we really are, moment to moment. See, they don't care about our good intentions or the carefully constructed masks we show the world. And that brings us right to the heart of it, the core metaphor of the book, the horse as this perfect mirror that just cannot lie. They are so in tune with energy, and that honest feedback they give us can be a gateway to some truly profound self-discovery. Okay, so let's break this down, because this is where it gets really interesting. In our day-to-day human relationships, we can get by with facades, right? For years, even. We say the right things, we smile when we're supposed to, but horses, they bypass all of that. For example, there's a story in the book about this leader trying so hard to appear calm and assertive, but the horse just wouldn't budge, not an inch. Why? Because it sensed the deep anxiety simmering right below the surface. That's the mirror in action. So how do we start to access that inner truth they're reflecting back at us? Well, the book lays out a really simple framework for understanding our inner world. It breaks it down into 3 distinct layers. First up, you've got the conscious mind. That's our daily thoughts, our to-do lists, the decisions we make. But then, just beneath that is the subconscious, and that's where our hidden habits and all those emotional memories live. And honestly, they're often running the show without us even realizing it. And then, at the very core is our spirit, our authentic self. That's the part of us that holds our deepest intuition and truth. And here's the absolute magic of it all. Horses have this incredible, almost uncanny ability to just slice right through those top 2 layers. They don't really care about our conscious logic or our subconscious baggage. Nope, they connect directly with our spirit, inviting us to remember who we truly are beneath all those coping strategies and social masks. So when you get this kind of direct, unfiltered, honest feedback, it becomes this powerful, practical lesson. It's really a masterclass in developing what we call emotional intelligence. Let's take a look at how that builds. Emotional intelligence, it's not just some corporate buzzword, It's the key, the fundamental ability to understand ourselves and to navigate our relationships in a meaningful way. And the entire journey, the absolute first step on that path, is self-awareness. And this is so cool. Horses teach us all 4 of these core skills. Their reaction instantly shows us our own emotional state. Boom, that's self-awareness. Then, learning to take a deep breath to actually feel centered so a horse will calm down with you, that's self-regulation. And by seeing their immediate reactions, we learn empathy for how our own energy impacts others, which leads to way better social skills, ones built on actual presence, not just performance. And that right there gets to the very heart of the book. Self-awareness is the absolute foundation. I mean, think about it. You can't regulate emotions you don't even recognize, right? And you can't build truly authentic relationships if you're disconnected from your own truth. That's exactly why this first book, Take the Reins of Self-Awareness, really zooms in on this foundational skill. Because once you can see yourself clearly, then you can begin to truly understand others, which, by the way, is exactly what the upcoming second book in this series is all about.
Okay, so you do this work. What's the payoff? What's the transformation that's waiting for us when we really commit to knowing ourselves on this deeper level?
First, let's be real for a second. This work, it takes courage, for sure. It asks us to actually feel our emotions instead of just pushing them down, to look at the patterns we'd much rather ignore, and to choose our own authenticity over just trying to get approval from other people. But the promise, what you get in return, is huge. We're talking about real clarity about what you're actually feeling, a quiet confidence in just being you. And from there, it naturally leads to healthier, more real relationships, more resilience when things get tough, and access to your own deep inner wisdom. And there's this one line from the book that I think it perfectly sums up this entire approach. The horses don't promise this will be comfortable. They promise it will be real. The path to self-awareness isn't always easy, but the reward is a life that is profoundly, unshakably real. So really, this is an invitation to come home to yourself, not because you're broken, but because you absolutely deserve to live from your most authentic truth. If any of this resonates with you, your journey can start right now with Take the Reins of Self-Awareness. Thanks so much for joining me.